Okay, so in this video, we're going to look at sort of two identical swings here and just show really, or try to show really the power of Trackman as a diagnostic tool to kind of really, hone in, um, you know, or optimize really what you do well, and then maybe some areas where you don't do well, and maybe you are, especially in this case, sacrificing some distance out of your driver. So to dive in, we really tried to keep the club head speed the same, same sort of delivery, same shot shape. I mean, if you looked at nothing but just the trajectory of the two shots, you would say that they're pretty close. I mean, one is obviously closer than the other. One maybe peak height is a little bit higher, but apart from those two swings, two functional ball flights could literally be back-to-back swings for most players. Now, obviously, there are some discrepancies with, with the numbers, and one is traveling significantly farther, and hopefully we'll dive into right now why that is. So, ball speed here, one is nearly 7 miles an hour faster than the other, and really, when we start talking about distance, there's been a big push um, lately in distance. A lot of with what Bryson DeChambeau is doing, a lot with what some of these better athletes on these tours are doing. However, before we really look at mostly club head speed, and that's where everybody wants to increase club head speed. And there'll be another video following this on how to do that. However, what we really should be monitoring, and if you're ever in a fitting, um, whether it be for irons or driver, really the biggest factor that we're trying to optimize through is the ball speed. So really everything is based upon the ball speed, not the club head speed. Um, so really here, why did we get 7 miles an hour faster with one than the other? We really look at a strike location here, and if you look on the right side of your screen there, you're going to see one strike lower in the face and toward the heel, which is not the really the fastest part of the face, and then you have one that's pretty close to the center. And really, what that what that strike location is telling us is really the efficiency of the ball speed that we're going to get out of there. And really, Trackman has a cool term from it. I know a lot of members last year were introduced into smash factor with our previous simulators, but this smash factor number is basically it's just a ratio of the ball speed divided by the club head speed. So it's basically an efficiency of contact. So in this video here, you're looking at, or this screen here, you're looking at a contact point that is quite low in the face. So it's not going to produce the same ball speed as one that is hit closer to the face. Close to the center of the face. So when you're looking at those things, the lower you hit the driver in the face, the lower the launch angle is going to be. So we have 7 degrees to 9 degrees. And then from there, you're going to have a low launch, but you're going to have a high spin. So even though this bottom one here launched at 9.4, since it only spun at around 2100 RPMs, the peak height here was actually lower than the drive that got hit lower in the face. That spun up. That is likely why the distance here was not quite up to the same speed. And then conversely, you look at, there's more to this with sort of the landing angle, one coming a little bit flatter. Now we've turned that 16 yards of extra carry into 31 yards of total distance. So this is more of just a breakdown for the power of the Trackman unit and sort of optimizing your swing. There's a very good feature here. Maybe you'll see it here called the optimizer. So basically what that is going to do with your driver is it's going to take your club head speed and your attack angle, and it's going to give you a bunch of parameters for height, spin, launch angle, and ball speed to sort of better capture a picture of where you should be launching that golf ball. Now, these ones had, clearly different strikes. However, you could see even with different drivers with lofts and shafts and spins, both can have a similar strike, whether that be in the center or more toward the heel of the toe, but the ball flight can be dramatically different. So what I would recommend is if you haven't got fit for your driver, or maybe you've gained some speed, you've lost some speed, um, schedule an appointment to come in